Julia Roberts is a world-famous actress, a star of Hollywood romantic comedies and dramas. During her acting career, she had repeatedly won prestigious awards, and her fees are incredibly huge. How the owner of Hollywood's most disarming smile achieved success and how she lives now. Julia Roberts, how Pretty Woman lives and where she is now. The future icon of romantic comedies was born on October 28, 1967, in Smyrna, Georgia. Julia Flona was the third child in the family. She had an older brother, Eric Roberts, and a sister, Lisa. They also chose acting as a profession. All the children of the Roberts family were drawn to the big screen for a reason. Their parents were also people of art. The father of the family, Walter Grady Roberts, was simultaneously a seller of water mattresses, an actor, and a writer. Julia's mother, Betty Lou, was a parish secretary and part-time actress. Together they ran an acting school and were in a difficult financial situation by the time they had baby Julia. Coincidentally, the children of Martin Luther King attended their school, and it was he who paid the hospital bill for Julia's mother in the maternity hospital as a sign of gratitude for the attention to his children. In 1971, when Julia was 4 years old, Betty Lou filed for divorce, and the following year she moved into a new house and married theater critic Michael Motes, with whom they had a daughter, Nancy. In 1983, this marriage also broke up. Betty called her second marriage a big mistake, since her husband did not like her children from the first marriage and even used physical violence against them. As an adult, Julia has never made her memories of a difficult childhood public out of respect for her mother and stepsister, but the actress's brother, Eric, would later state that their stepfather was a monster and turned their life into a nightmare. After the mother's second divorce, the children had to go to work to make money for a living. From the age of 13, Julia worked as a waitress at a pizza place while studying at Griffin High School and Campbell College. The future celebrity was fond of playing the clarinet, took part in local beauty contests, but never won. Classmates considered her ugly and bullied her for her tall height, big mouth, and thinness. The actress is very critical of her appearance, despite the fact that she is constantly presented in various ratings of the most beautiful women in the world. Roberts said she has grasshopper legs, horse teeth, and straw for hair. With all this, she's opposed to plastic surgery and doesn't like makeup and flashy clothes. Her brother Eric played a big role in her acting career, whose success deeply impressed young Julia, and she began to participate in amateur productions. But initially her dream was to become a veterinarian, as she loved animals very much. After graduating from high school, Julia entered Georgia State University and then moved to New York with her sister to try her hand at film acting. There she signed a contract with a modeling agency and began attending acting courses. In addition, the young actress began to train her pronunciation, since her southern accent was inappropriate on the screen. Soon the girl abandoned acting courses because she didn't see any results from them and began to visit auditions. By the way, when she joined the Actors Guild of the USA, she had to change her birth name from Julie to Julia, since another actress named Julie Roberts was already registered there. The next step on the way to success was a trip to Hollywood to move in with her brother, who had already achieved success in the movies. It turned out that the American film industry didn't need another provincial actress with a specific smile, which became the first serious disappointment for the young actress. In 1987, she managed to get only a small role in the TV series Crime Story and the movie Firehouse. At first, her brother helped her a lot, and even invited Julia for a small role of his character's sister in the action movie Blood Red, which was released 3 years after filming. But soon he got tired of babysitting his sister and declared that it was time for her to take care of herself. Who knows, maybe if she hadn't gotten that kick in the rear, she wouldn't have been so successful. But young Julia then considered this an act of betrayal and even stopped communicating with her brother. Later, she took revenge on him by helping his ex-wife with a divorce lawsuit. Tabloids still write that their relationship hasn't recovered. After losing her main assistant and conquering the big screen, Julia continued to improve her acting skills by entering a dance studio and learning how to play various instruments. Without the help of her brother, the actress starred in the TV show Miami Vice. In the movie Satisfaction, Julia portrayed a girl playing in a rock band, and for this role she learned how to play drums and bass. On the set of the project, Julia met Liam Neeson, with whom she started dating. Roberts was 19 at the time and Liam was 35. This union didn't last long. The couple broke up soon after moving in together since Julia declared that she wasn't ready for family life and immediately moved out. Also in 1988, the actress was invited for a role in the comedy Mystic Pizza, for which she had to dye her brown hair black. For this picture, the actress, who is gaining popularity, received $50,000, and the next role of Julia Roberts in the 1989 Steel Magnolias made both critics and viewers talk about her as one of the most promising actresses in America.
My reception, ferns, dancing, tons of people, every pink flower west of the Mississippi, wedding cake in the dining room and the groom's cake.
In this film, Julia played a minor but memorable role of a diabetic girl preparing for a wedding. The film became a blockbuster, collecting $80 million in America. Robert received $90,000 for her performance, a Golden Globe Award, and an Oscar nomination in the Best Supporting Actress category. By the way, Julia met a new boyfriend on the set, Dylan McDermott, who proposed to the girl, but the wedding never took place. In 1990, Julia took part in the movie Flatliners, which brought the actress $500,000 and a new lover, Kiefer Sutherland, with whom she even got engaged. The actor was the reason for Julia's breakup with her previous boyfriend. They were supposed to have the wedding of the year, but meanwhile tabloids caught Julia with a close friend of Kiefer, Jason Patrick. However, this wedding was not destined to happen since the girl broke off the engagement 3 days before the ceremony, running away with the groom's friend to Ireland, for which she was given the nickname Runaway Bride, which she will confirm more than once, abruptly ending relationships. Also in 1990, Julia Roberts starred in many girls' favorite movie, Pretty Woman.
Oh, honey. You know what's happened? I've got a runner in my pantyhose. I'm not wearing pantyhose.
It's one of the most famous romantic comedies, which has become a classic. The original title of the film was $3,000 because it was the amount agreed upon by the main characters, and Vivian, played by Julia, was supposed to be a drug addict and die of an overdose at the end of the film, according to one screenplay, or go to Disneyland with a friend in an alternative ending. But the director remade all the dark scenes and added a happy ending. During the preparation for filming, Julia spent a lot of time with director Gary Marshall's wife, who ran a free clinic on Hollywood Boulevard in order to learn how to behave like Vivian. It's interesting that during the filming of an intimate scene with Richard Gere, the young actress was so nervous that a vein popped out on her forehead. It was visible on camera, so the director and Gere had to massage the actress's forehead. In the scene where Vivian watches old comedies, they had to tickle Julia's heels to achieve genuine laughter from the actress. Julia's dog was present at the shooting. It didn't appreciate the romantic scene between Julia and Richard and started barking, so the scene had to be reshot several times. The actors also had a very busy schedule, and Roberts didn't have time to eat. Eventually, she became ill and fainted. Then Marshall helped her again, feeding the actress tuna. Another fun fact, on the Pretty Woman poster, there's only Julia's head, and the body belongs to her understudy. Apparently, Roberts had no time for shooting posters. Pretty Woman was a huge success all over the world, and although critics reacted somewhat cool to the picture, it earned about $180 million only in the United States, bringing Roberts a second Oscar nomination as Best Actress and a second Golden Globe. The actress's earnings for the movie amounted to $300,000. Roberts' success made her a real movie star and allowed her to increase the levels of her fees. In 1991, the thriller Sleeping with the Enemy was released, for which she was paid $1 million, which made 23-year-old Julia the youngest actress to receive a seven-figure fee.
Listen, there's only one more thing I'm gonna ask. Only one thing I wanna know. Do you have a name?
In the same year, the film Dying Young, starring long-haired Julia, was released, where her fee was $3 million, as well as the fairy tale of Peter Pan Hook, for which the actress was paid $7 million. Meanwhile, she had a fleeting affair with James Foley. In the following years, the actress starred in the movie The Player and the thriller The Pelican Brief that brought Roberts $8 million.
You mean you skipped class and ignored me for a week and now you're throwing it away? Let me see it.
Don't laugh. It was ludicrous of me to think that I could solve it.
The image of Darby Shaw was written specifically for Julia Roberts. She immediately agreed to the role after reading the book. Also in 1993, Julia herself proposed to country singer Lyle Lovett after dating him for only a few weeks. There was a wedding, but the couple lived together only for 2 years and then peacefully divorced on their own initiative. The actress's next project was a 1994 action movie with elements of drama and comedy, I Love Trouble. Fun fact, the main character jokes about Julia's character, Sabrina, saying that he liked the article where she portrayed a prostitute, which was a reference to Pretty Woman. In the next few years, Julia starred in the films Pret-a-Porter, Something to Talk About, Everyone Says I Love You, Michael Collins, and Mary Riley, which brought the actress $8.5 million. In 1996, Julia took part in the famous and highly rated TV show Friends, on the set of which she began an affair with Matthew Perry, but the actor was using drugs, so they quickly broke up, since it was unacceptable for Julia.
Excuse me.
Nah.
Is your name Chandler?
Yes it is.
Chandler Bing.
Do you know me, or are you just really good at this game?
I'm Susie Moss.
Soon Julia found love again. It was the actor Daniel Day-Lewis, with whom she was going to star in Shakespeare in Love. They met several times in London, but when the actor refused the role, their relationship ended. In those years, the lovable actress had relationships with Ethan Hawke and her personal coach, Pat Minocchia, which also ended quickly. In 1997, 2 films were released at once, which significantly made Julia Roberts richer. It was Conspiracy Theory with a fee of $11 million and the drama My Best Friend's Wedding, which brought the actress $12 million. Julia personally selected the actors for this movie, choosing Cameron Diaz and Dermot Mulroney.
Right off, I have this monstrous favor to ask you.
Excuse me?
My best friend Angelique shattered her pelvis line dancing in Abilene over spring break. Be my maid of honor?
What?
This period was extremely successful for Roberts, whose movies certainly became box office hits, and everyone wanted her for the main role. Soon the actress found a new admirer, Benjamin Bratt. As Julie admitted, she fell in love with the swarthy, handsome man at first sight when she saw him on the street. The couple was together for 4 years, and the guy was given the nickname Mr. Roberts by the media. In 1998, the actress appeared in the TV series Murphy Brown and the movie Stepmom, and a year later in an episode of Law & Order. In general, 1999 was rich in both fees and movies. The actress, along with Hugh Grant, starred in the drama Notting Hill, where she demonstrated her talent for improvisation. The scene in which Anna, Julia's character, chastises a noisy company of men in a restaurant wasn't from the script. An interesting coincidence, the fee for her character's last picture is equal to the amount paid to Julia for shooting in the film, $15 million.
Turn over 4 TRSs and tell them we need radar feedback before the KFTs return at 1900. Then inform the Pentagon we'll need Black Star cover from 1000 through 1215. And if you say one word about how many mistakes I made in that speech, I'll pelt you with olives.
For this work, Julia was nominated for a Golden Globe. Meanwhile, another film was released in which the actress allegedly played herself. It was Runaway Bride.
I don't know. I frankly, I don't even want to talk about it.
Me neither.
On the set, Julia worked with director Gary Marshall again. Roberts used to entertain his grandchildren with a platypus face, which he liked so much that he used it in the frame of the film. By the way, Julia agreed to the shooting on the condition that it would be a single film without a sequel, since she didn't want to star in sequels. In 2000, Erin Brockovich was released, which became a real triumph for Julia.
I'm doing this for us. I know it's hard for you to understand, but don't you want Mommy to be good at her job?
It not only became a box office hit, but also brought the actress an Oscar, a BAFTA award, and a 3rd Golden Globe, as well as an Actors Guild award. The fee amounted to an unprecedented amount at that time, $20 million, making Roberts the first actress to cross this milestone. By the way, Julia is left-handed, but her character is not, so the actress had some difficulties on the set, for example with signing papers. The actress appeared at the Oscar ceremony wearing one of the most expensive dresses to have ever been worn at this event, which cost her almost $100 million. The following year on the set of The Mexican, Julia met her current husband, Daniel Moder, a cinematographer who was married at that moment. Julia was paid $5 million for the movie. Next, Ocean's 11 came out with a payout of $10 million.
You're 30 seconds late. I was about to send out a search.
Hello, Tess.
What are you doing here?
And America's Sweethearts, in which Julia refused the main role in favor of a minor role, but it did not prevent her from earning $15 million. In 2002, Moder and Roberts got married, which came as a surprise to everyone. It was even rumored that Roberts paid an impressive sum to Daniel's ex-wife so that she would agree to speed up the divorce. Very little is known about the wedding ceremony. Julia was wearing a pink cotton dress, and Moder was wearing a shirt with a frill collar. Later, the actress admitted that she and Danny made matching tattoos with each other's initials shortly before the wedding, but the letters are located where no one will see them. Later, the couple settled in a luxurious mansion in Malibu with a tennis court for $9.5 million. In that year, Julia starred in the films Full Frontal, Grand Championship, and George Clooney's directorial debut, Confessions of a Dangerous Mind, in which the actress agreed to act for friendship's sake for a symbolic $250,000. The next film, released in 2003, brought the actress as much as $25 million. It was the drama Mona Lisa Smile.
Joe. Hello.
How are you?
Great. Thank you so much for this. You're a pal.
It's a pleasure. Your timing is perfect.
This was followed by the sequel, Ocean's 12, which made Roberts richer by $5 million.
Is call Marcus and have him get a hold of Louise so we can make arrangements to send someone down there to get it. He's home now, right?
Oh,
Marcus.
I need to talk to Marcus.
By the way, during the filming, the actress was pregnant with twins. Next came the movie Closer with a payout of $20 million. In the same year, Julia gave birth to a boy, Phineas Walter, and a girl, Hazel Patricia. The actress was warned by doctors that due to poor blood clotting, there was a high risk of death during childbirth, which came prematurely, but fortunately it turned out fine. In 2006, Roberts made a deal with the famous designer Gianfranco Ferré and starred in his advertisement for a new collection of sunglasses. For it, the actress was paid $5 million. After a short break in 2006, Julia voiced the cartoon Charlotte's Web and Aunt Bully. This was followed by the movies Charlie Wilson's War, for which the actress was nominated for a Golden Globe, and Fireflies in the Garden, which was directed by Julia's husband Daniel. In this film, Julia played the mother of Ryan Reynolds' character, although in real life she is only 9 years older than her on-screen son. But the on-screen pregnancy was real, and soon the family had a younger son, Henry. But the actress didn't rest for long, and already in 2009 she was in business, starring in the film Duplicity for $15 million. And a year later in Valentine's Day, which brought another $3 million. In the same year, another bestseller was released, the biographical drama Eat, Pray, Love.
I just spent some time in Rome, and I came here feeling so great. Now here I am at the source, and I feel more disconnected than ever.
Roberts bought the rights to the film adaptation of the novel of the same name herself and played the main role there. By the way, after filming, in an interview the actress admitted that she is a Hindu like her husband, and they periodically visit Hindu temples with the whole family. In the same year, an advertising video of the Lavazza coffee brand was released with Julia. For the role without words in the 45-second video, the actress was paid $1.35 million. At the same time, Roberts was announced as the face of the Lancôme brand. The actress was offered a unique contract for the company, 5 years of cooperation and $50 million. The following year, the actress voiced the romantic comedy Love, Wedding, Marriage and starred in the film with Tom Hanks' Larry Crown. And in 2012, she played the evil queen in the family fantasy movie Mirror, Mirror.
Bread is meat. Less is more. Blah, blah, blah. Commoners love a good metaphor. Just go sell it.
Bread is meat.
At first, Roberts, as said in an interview, was 1,000% against this film and considered starring in it a terrible idea, but after meeting with the director, she changed her mind. The actress said that her costumes were very heavy and made it difficult for her to move, and she even pulled a muscle by turning too quickly, and filming had to be suspended. Moreover, the actress's children were hiding under voluminous ball gowns, but still between takes, Julia decided to take them away so that they would not hear her character's speech and would not be afraid. The children, although interested, didn't watch that film so that they would not find the character of their mother unpleasant. By the way, The transformation of Roberts into an old witch with a poisoned apple was kept a secret until the release of the film. At this time, a tragedy happened in the actress's family. Julia's half-sister Nancy died. The cause of death was an overdose on medications, and a suicide note was found next to the body, in which Nancy told all about her relationship with her half-sister on 3 pages and accused Julia of driving her to suicide. She blamed the beautiful sister for the fact that she had caused mental trauma by making fun of her for her obesity. In 2013, Julia joined the Gucci charity program, in which she paid special attention to the problem of harmful smoke that is breathed during cooking. The actress plans to replace bad stoves with working ones in poor areas of Africa. A year later, Roberts became the face of Givenchy, presenting herself in a new, unusual image, strong and determined, without styling and almost without makeup. By the way, the actress prefers to lie down when makeup is applied to her, as she believes that in this way the results look more natural. In the next few years, the actress starred in the films August Osage County, The Normal Heart, Secret in Their Eyes, Money Monster, and Mother's Day. The latter brought Julia $3 million, and the family drama Wonder brought her a fee of $6 million.
Okay. Open your eyes.
No! You finished your thesis?
Let's get drunk.
In 2018, the actress took part in the TV series Homecoming, for which she received another $600,000, and in the drama Ben is Back. In 2019, Roberts became the face of the Italian brand Calzedonia, and in 2020, Chopard released a promotional video of Happy Sport watches starring Julia, in which she is carelessly dancing and enjoying life. A few releases are expected in the following years: the drama series Gaslit about the Watergate scandal, the romantic comedy Ticket to Paradise, and the drama The Friday Night Knitting Club, based on the book of the same name by Kate Jacobs. By the way, Julie is the most famous knitter in Hollywood. She comes up with complex schemes and can knit anything from a scarf to a coat or a bag. At home, she has a whole workshop for different types of needlework, and she carries yarn with her to set so as not to sit around in her free time. Interestingly enough, all the years that Julie has been married to Danny, their marriage has been predicted to end soon. For example, in 2018, the actress was not seen in the company of her husband for almost 9 months, but the paparazzi still managed to catch the couple while walking on the beach. And after that, the actress herself shared cute family photos with followers. And last year, the couple celebrated their 19th anniversary of their wedding. On this occasion, the actress shared a photo which showed that over the years the feelings have not weakened. Recently, the 50-year-old actress has been acting less and even said that due to her life experience, she will no longer act in romantic films. She spends a lot of time with her loved ones on a ranch in New Mexico with a house with an area of 8,000 square feet. Julia has a small farm where she raises chickens, and she has only organic vegetables and fruits on her table, since the star also manages the vegetable garden herself, and even knows how to drive a tractor. The celebrity emphasizes that her family comes first, and she tries to protect her children from journalists as much as possible. This year, the twins turned 17, and only in honor of this, happy parents shared rare pictures of the children. Nowadays, Julia Roberts' fortune is $250 million, and she earns from $20 to $30 million a year from films and advertising. The actress is rumored to have insured her famous smile for as much as $30 million. The actress prefers to invest money in real estate. At various times, she purchased several houses in Hawaii. She sold one of them with a 50% discount for $16.2 million. The other one, with a view of the Pacific Ocean, sold for $17 million. Another Snow White penthouse, which Roberts decided to say goodbye to, is located in Manhattan, with an area of 6,500 square feet and a view of New York. This sold for $4.5 million. Julie also has a house in Malibu, which she rents out for $10,500 a month. Inside, the walls and ceilings of wood are painted white, which along with the large windows creates a sense of space, and the actress sold another house in a cozy ranch style for $8 million. In 2020, the actress purchased a 5-story house in San Francisco, built in 1907 and renovated. The mansion has 5 bedrooms, 4 bathrooms, an office, a modern kitchen, a dining room, and several places to relax. And a few years ago, Julia bought a house with a skate park for her children next door to their main mansion in Malibu. The celebrity owns a Mercedes GL320 CDI and a Toyota Prius, and last year an announcement appeared in Kazakhstan about the sale of a 33-year-old Rolls-Royce that used to belong to the actress. The fact of owning a car by Julia Roberts increased the price of the car to as much as $7 million, although it cost no more than $2 million. Now Julia's popularity, as well as the amount of fees, is not waning. She is still in demand, although she does not try to act too often. Do you like the pretty woman, Julia Roberts? Sylvester Stallone. How Rambo lives and how he spends his millions. Sylvester was born on July 6, 1946 in New York. His mother, Jacqueline, or Jackie, was a big fan of actor Tyrone Power and wanted to name her firstborn in his honor. But upon receiving the birth certificate, she saw a different name. The boy's father, Frank, gave him the name Michael Sylvester Gardenzio Stallone. Frank was an immigrant from Sicily, owned a small chain of hairdressers, and was infamous for his violent temper. Jackie, who grew up in a wealthy family of a successful lawyer, connected her life with a man who was a serial cheater and a tyrant at home. The first years of his life, Sylvester spent most of his time in the house of a nanny hired by his parents. He saw them on weekends, but these meetings were very reserved. The boy felt unloved. In 1950, the family had a second son, Frank Jr., and their wealth grew. But Stallone Sr. didn't change, so in 1956, Jackie filed for divorce. Sylvester stayed with his father and tried desperately to earn his love, but it was in vain.
These your parents?
Yeah, that's both of them there.
Is this you?
Yeah, that's me when I was 8 years old. That's the Italian stallion when he was a baby.
He had other problems, like his birth defect. Due to an obstetrician's error, the left half of Sylvester's face remained paralyzed, which affected his speech. Peers bullied him, so Stallone decided that he needed to build muscle mass. For this purpose, he used car parts from the landfill and construction materials, and when he got older, he almost lived in the gym. By 13, Sylvester was expelled from 14 schools because of his aggressive behavior. At 15, he found himself at the Charlotte Hall Military Academy. At the same time, he moved in with his mother, but she would ignore him. In her entire life, she only kissed her son once, right after the divorce. Back then, Stallone started boxing and became interested in soccer. After receiving a high school diploma, he entered college, where he began acting in the student theater. Then in 1965, Sylvester went to study in Switzerland at the American College while working as a personal trainer. Later, there was a theory that he did it to evade serving in the army and being sent to Vietnam. In 1991, the actor filed a libel suit against a tabloid and won the case. Upon returning to America in 1967, Sylvester enrolled at the University of Miami as a drama major, finally deciding to connect his life with performing. In 1969, Stallone dropped out of the university and decided to conquer the New York theaters. The young man tried to act in films, but cameo roles didn't solve financial problems. At some point, Sylvester found himself homeless, sleeping at the train station for 3 weeks. Then he came across an ad about casting for the movie The Party at Kitty and Studs. It was an adult movie, but there wasn't much choice. For 2 days of filming in 1970, Sylvester received $200. When he became famous, the film was re-released as Italian Stallion. After several other tiny film roles, in 1971, the aspiring actor took part in an erotic theatrical production of Score, which was shown in 23 theaters in New York. For the most part, the directors refused Stallone because of his speech impediment, so he earned his living as a doorman, bouncer in a restaurant, and even cage cleaner in a menagerie. Sylvester shared an apartment in New York with his girlfriend Sasha Zak. They married in 1974 and later had 2 sons, Sage and Sergio. The youngest has been diagnosed with autism and doesn't appear in public. The elder Sage managed to star in several films, but died young in 2012 from a heart attack. In 1974, Sylvester got a role in the movie The Lords of Flatbush. According to him, for it, he received 25 t-shirts as a payout, after which he moved to Hollywood. In 1975, the actor starred in the films The Prisoner of 2nd Avenue, Capone, Farewell, My Lovely, episodes of several TV series, and the fantastic action movie Death Race 2000. For the latter, Sylvester received $700 a week. In March of the same year, The actor watched the Muhammad Ali fight and got so inspired that he decided to write a film script about a boxer who never gives up. He did not leave the house for 92 hours while writing, and the story was a success by pure luck. Stallone auditioned for another movie, but he was turned down. During the audition, he mentioned that he also wrote scripts, and the producers asked him to send them the Rocky script. At first, the studio offered Sylvester $150,000 with the condition that another actor would play the lead role. After long negotiations, the producers agreed that Rocky would be Stallone himself. For this, the actor agreed to reduce his payout to $23,000. They say that at that moment, there was only $106 in his bank account, and he could not afford to keep his dog, so he ended up selling it for $50. To get the pet back, Sylvester had to pay $3,000 and promise a small role in Rocky. By the way, the Bull Mastiff also starred in the film.
Look at his face, 64 fights. Look at that nose. See that nose? That nose ain't never been broken. 64 fights. I've had guys busted on it. I had guys chewing on it, twisting it, punching it. I mean, whack, boom. These guys are hitting my nose all the time. Never broke. I'm very proud of that. Not rare. That's rare.
Filming was difficult, as was the preparation for it. Stallone even quit smoking when he realized that he couldn't last 5 minutes in the ring without being out of breath. The movie turned out to be incredibly successful and received 10 Oscar nominations. At that time, Stallone became the third actor in history nominated for this award simultaneously for Best Actor and Best Screenplay. The creators won 3 statuettes, including one for Best Film. After the film Fist and Stallone's directorial debut, Paradise Alley, he released the sequel to Rocky. While preparing for filming, Sylvester agreed to compete with his coach in the bench press and seriously injured his pectoral muscle. Since then, half of his chest has been more sinewy than the other. In 1981, the action movie Nighthawks and the sports drama Escape to Victory about a soccer team of World War II prisoners were released. After filming, Sylvester said that playing soccer was harder for him than boxing in Rocky. By the way, the next film released was Rocky III, for which Sylvester received $7 million, followed by the premiere of First Blood.
Don't push it, I'll give you a war you won't believe.
Stallone, as the screenwriter, participated in the casting for the lead role, rejected several candidates, and eventually played it himself. He received $3.5 million for his work. In 1984, Sylvester received a star in the Hollywood Walk of Fame. He also tried a genre change by starring in the musical comedy Rhinestone, for which he received $4 million and an anti-award Golden Raspberry. For the sake of this role, he refused to work in the films Romancing the Stone and Beverly Hills Cop that became super hits, which he later greatly regretted. A year later, critics gave a lukewarm rating to the continuation of Rambo's story, although President Ronald Reagan praised Sylvester Stallone for creating a new symbol for the American Army. For this film, the actor again received the Golden Raspberry. More success awaited Rocky IV, for which he received $12 million and the Golden Raspberry Anti-Award as the worst director.
See, I fight, so you don't have to fight. 'Cause I want you to use your head for something instead of a punching bag like I do.
Your head doesn't look like a punching bag.
Meanwhile, Stallone's wife was tired of enduring her husband's numerous infidelities and filed for divorce, demanding compensation of $33 million. The last straw was Sylvester's affair with Bridget Nielsen. They met on the set of Rocky IV and got married in 1985, but the marriage lasted only 2 years. In the end, Bridget sued Stallone for $1 million. In 1986, Stallone starred in the action movie Cobra, for which he received $13 million.
Hey, dirtbag. You're a lousy shot. I don't like lousy shots. You wasted a kid. For nothing. Now I think it's time to waste you.
Interestingly, the main character's car, a 1950 Mercury Monterey, belonged to Sylvester in real life. 9 years later, the vehicle was stolen from his garage. It was returned in 2009, and along with the car, he got $3 million in compensation. Stallone's next project was the film Over the Top for $13 million. And in 1988, Rambo 3 was released. For his work, the actor received $16 million and a Golden Raspberry. In the next few years, the films Lock Up, Tango and Cash, Rocky V, Oscar, Demolition Man, and Cliffhanger were released, and for each of them, the actor received $15 million. Sylvester starred in Cliffhanger to overcome his fear of heights.
You want to do it? Do it.
No. You live with it.
At the same time, Stallone appeared as a police sergeant whose mother meddles with investigations in the comedies Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Stay out of this, okay?
Joe, wave to the crowd.
Mom, goddamn it!
Hey, you don't swear to your mother.
Hey, butt out. Hey, my mother, relax.
Hey, it's your mother, so you do what she tells you to do.
This film, for which he was again awarded the Golden Raspberry, the actor considers the worst in his career. He agreed to star in it to spite Arnold Schwarzenegger, who spread a rumor that he wanted to get this role himself. Of course, Arnold was just pranking his friend, but Sylvester didn't find out about it until many years later. In the late 1980s, Stallone met model Jennifer Flavin. He called her his ideal, selfless, loving, and so patient. However, this did not prevent Sylvester from constantly having affairs. In 1995, Stallone reined himself in and begged for Jennifer's forgiveness on his knees and hasn't been seen cheating since. A few years later, the couple got married and had 3 daughters. Interestingly enough, when the journalist from the publication Star decided to give Sylvester an album with all his partners for his 50th birthday, it turned out that there were 595 of them. Among the actor's lovers were the singer Cher, who later called the man a Neanderthal, models Linda Evangelista, Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, and Janice Dickinson. Meanwhile, the actor added several movies to his filmography. Among them were the films The Specialist, with a payout of $12 million, action films Assassins and Judge Dredd for $15 million each, and for the film Daylight, Sylvester earned $17.5 million and overcame another fear of confined spaces. To diversify his resume and play a more serious role, Stallone agreed to star in the thriller Copland for only $80,000.
There's got to be a way out of this for everyone. So I say, why don't we all go in tomorrow together?
Freddie, I invited men, cops, good men to live in this town. And these men to make a living.
According to him, it was an interesting experience and he enjoyed it, but it did not help his career in any way, as well as his health, because of weight gain for the role. Sylvester got sciatica, heart palpitations, digestive problems, and headaches. This was followed by the failed comedy, an Alan Smithy film, Burn Hollywood Burn, the cartoon Ants, where the actor voiced one of the roles. In 2000, the action movie Get Carter premiered, for which Sylvester received $20 million. In the same year, he was awarded another Golden Raspberry as the worst actor of the century. Sylvester wrote the script and starred in his next project, Driven, in 2001, for which he received $20 million. This film became famous as the most unrealistic film about motorsports. Then, after the films Detox, with a payout of $20 million, Avenging Angelo, Shade, the comedy Spy Kids 3D, Game Over, for which he received the Golden Raspberry, and the TV series Las Vegas, Stallone returned to his legendary characters in both Rocky Balboa and Rambo.
And there isn't one of us that doesn't want to be someplace else. But this is what we do. Who we are.
In 2007, he was caught importing banned hormones from Australia to build muscle mass. The actor pleaded guilty and eventually paid more than $11,000 in fines and court costs. In 2009, Stallone appeared in the Bollywood film Damn Love, and a year later, he assembled the old guard and presented the action movie The Expendables to the audience.
Yeah, should have shot him when I had a chance.
Big Barney Ross.
Bigger Trent Mouse.
What are you doing? Praying for Brooke?
Could be.
Despite being nominated for the Golden Raspberry for directing, the film received high ratings and paid off 3 times its cost at the box office. In addition, The Expendables made Sylvester the only person in the history of Hollywood who starred in films that got first places in the box office charts for 5 decades in a row. At the same time, on the set, he once again had to struggle because Sylvester suffered 14 injuries, as well as bronchitis and shingles. In 2011, Sylvester's voice could be heard in the film Zookeeper, and in the same year, he was inducted into the Boxing Hall of Fame. Some fans of this sport were not thrilled because Stallone didn't appear in the ring but only played in the movies. By the way, the actor is connected with boxing not only through his role as Rocky. In the 1980s, he was the manager of a boxing match, and in the 2000s, he launched the reality show The Contender, where participants fought for a contract in the professional ring. In 2012, the sequel to The Expendables was released, which turned out to be even more spectacular, and Stallone earns $15 million. And soon, he added another movie to his filmography called Bullet to the Head. Stallone received $12 million for that work. This was followed by collaboration with Iron Arnold in the action movie Escape Plan, for which Sylvester received $10 million. The sports film Grudge Match, the drama Reach Me, and the third part of The Expendables. For all these films, he received $15 million. In 2015, Stallone voiced the cartoon Ratchet & Clank and presented another continuation of the story about the legendary boxer Creed, for which he received the Golden Globe Award.
You're gonna take a beat, you're gonna take this, you're gonna get knocked down, you're gonna get up, and you're gonna see if you got the right thing. But you gotta work hard. I swear to God, if you're not gonna do it, I'm out.
After 3 years, the second part was released, and between them, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2 and the cartoon Animal Crackers. Soon, Stallone appeared in such films as Backtrace, the second and third parts of the fantastic action movie Escape Plan. In 2019, the fifth film about Rambo, with the telling title Rambo: Last Blood, was released.
I want you to feel my rage, my hate, when I reach into your chest and rip out your heart!
According to critics, the ending of the story didn't turn out to be very successful, but Sylvester is sure that Rambo can still be called the personification of young soldiers and wants one of the directors to shoot a prequel about his childhood and youth. In 2021, the actor played King Shark in the superhero action movie The Suicide Squad, based on the comics of the same name, and in August 2022, appeared as an aging superhero in Samaritan. Stallone has big plans ahead. He recently returned to television in the crime series Tulsa King, will appear in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3, and is preparing to release the fourth part of The Expendables. And he also intends to expand his franchise by shooting a TV series and a female version of the beloved blockbuster. It also became known that Sylvester is preparing a reality show with his family members. Although Stallone mostly appears on screen with a gun at the ready, in real life, after one of his friends was shot, he calls for a ban on guns in the United States. Since childhood, Sylvester has been fond of painting. 2 of his works were even sold for $90,000, but this is only a small part of his fortune, estimated at $400 million. In addition to movies, Sylvester wrote several books about training, tried to launch a sports nutrition company, unsuccessfully, and published the magazine Sly with help tips and interviews with celebrities. This idea was also not very successful, with only 4 issues published. Another business failure happened with the Planet Hollywood restaurants. Stallone co-owned the chain with Bruce Willis and Arnold Schwarzenegger, but the establishments went bankrupt. Realizing that he was best at producing media content, in 2018, Sylvester founded his own film studio. He also sometimes agrees to star in commercials. He promoted the British bakery chain Warburton's and even Japanese sausages. But perhaps the most famous advertising campaign with him is the one for the Versace home collection. He appeared together with Claudia Schiffer as Adam and Eve. By the way, Stallone was friends with Gianni Versace and was a regular guest of the Italian fashion house shows. But the actor refused one advertising offer It was in the late 80s when an American beer brand offered him $5 million on the condition that he cut his hair. Sylvester Stallone spends his millions on an impressive collection of cars. In his garage, there are Bugatti Veyron, Aston Martin DBS, Bentley Continental GTC, Ferrari 612 Scaglietti, Ferrari 599 GTB Fiorano, Mercedes SL65, Mercedes E-Class, Porsche Panamera, Chevrolet Camaro, Ford Mustang, one of the most popular classic cars, Corvette 68, and even a rare Ford from 1932. We must not forget the luxury Cadillac Escalade. Stallone invested more than $400,000 in the design of this car. In addition, Sylvester loves motorcycles and expensive watches. He has a gold Rolex Submariner with a black dial, the cost of which is $20,000, as well as a GMT Master 2 Rolex made with 18-karat white gold for $7,500. However, one should not think that Stallone spends his millions only on himself. For decades, he auctioned off the original props from Rocky and eventually raised about $10,000 for the Canadian Diabetes Association. Stallone donated several million more to the project to combat childhood epilepsy. In the last decades, Sylvester has lived in a mansion in Beverly Hills. Its interiors varied from pompous neoclassicism with columns, curtains, gilding, and statues to modern bright decor. At the end of 2021, Adele bought this house for $58 million. Today, Sylvester owns a mansion in Palm Beach, Florida, with a pool and an outdoor jacuzzi worth $35.4 million, and an estate in Hidden Hills, California, bought in February this year for $18.2 million. The house has 5 bedrooms with bathrooms, a kitchen with granite countertops, a dining room, and also a stable on the territory. Previously, Stallone owns a villa in Miami with 3 guest houses, which he sold for $24 million. A house in Coconut Grove, Florida. The actor received $16 million for it in 1999, as well as a house in La Quinta, California. Sylvester and his wife bought a Mediterranean-style mansion in 2010 for $4.5 million and sold it in 2020 for $3.1 million. Sylvester Stallone is a whole era in cinema. Despite critical reviews of his acting and a string of nominations for the Golden Raspberry, he became a fan favorite. And what is your favorite Stallone role?
You're not as fast as you think.
I'm beginning to sense that.
If you like the video, leave a like and also subscribe to the channel so that you don't miss anything interesting.